Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute coming back at you with another video. Throwing strikes and getting likes. Today we're going to talk about 6 players that I think the Brewers should sign. Yes, I said I think. This is my bold predictions for the winter meetings. Players that I believe would be great acquisitions at the winter meetings or sometime in this off season. So we're going to start it out, and I'm going to warn you, these are a little off the wall. So we're going to start it out with Bryant. I think that the Brewers should make an acquisition, a trade for Bryant. Right now, Bryant is a player that's got a question mark because he's got a service time grievance. So he could have 1 year left before free agency or 2. If the service time agreement goes in the team favor or the Cubs favor, he would have 2 years. If it goes in his favor, he would be a free agent after next season. So yes, there is that when it comes to this, but I think Bryant would be a serviceable player for the Brewers. I think if you could trade, I don't know what you'd even trade, to be honest, because I mean, if they don't ask for Hader, I think we've got a win there. But if they ask for Hader, you've got to make some type of adjustment. Bryant is 27 years old. He's been an all-star. He was a Rookie of the Year, 3-time all-star. I mean, the guy's got incredible talent. He would fill in that third base position very nicely. Plus, he's versatile. So if you need other positions or other fill-ins, he can give people a day off. Gives us less of an option. Or more of an option to play other players other places. You can play some outfield, give Yelich, just in case. I know we got Keon, but I think that would make it a big difference to the club. Guy hits. He's a hitting machine. In 5 years, he's hit 284. He's got 385 on base percentage. I mean, the guy is really, really coming to his own. Total of 138 home runs. Those are great numbers. He's played a lot of games at Miller Park, so I think that would be a benefit too. He knows our ballpark pretty well, and our ballpark is a hitter-friendly park, so maybe those numbers would even improve from there. The next guy on my list is not wanted by fans. I did a poll on Twitter. It was pretty much 80% said no. But I think this is a move we can afford to make, and I think it's a move we should make, just being that this is the affordable range for the Brewers. I think a 5-year deal from 100 to 115 million to Madison Bumgarner would make sense. Reasons I say this: average annual value. You look at the highest and best pitchers on the market right now, the Garrett Cole, the Steven Strasburg, they're getting $30 million a season. We don't want to pay a guy $30 million. We want to come in at that affordable range in the $20 million, $22 million per season avenue. I think this would do it. I think this would get us a starter, replace what we don't have, what we've lost to free agency, what we outright released, and I think this would be a good one. Now, there's a lot of question. Oh, he's declining. Yes, that kind of thing. His attitude. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ignoring those items, but I also am looking at the upside of having a pitcher of this caliber, which we haven't had in the past. Madison Bumgarner is 30. If you look at a lot of the guys out on the market right now, there's not a lot of 30-year-old guys. They're all in their 30s-ish. And this is free agency across the board. So I think you've got to capitalize on that. Do you want to pay a guy till he's 35? Yeah. Or you could trade him before that. Or DFA him. I mean, it's been done. But I think in the advancing years, I think Madison Bumgarner could get better. He's had a lot of injury in San Fran. He's pitched in one of the most pitcher-friendly parks in all of baseball. Yes, I get that. But I think coming to a contender, the guy's already been a contender. He's been in the World Series 3 times, 4-time All-Star. He's got 2 Silver Sluggers as a pitcher. Let's talk about that. Pitcher's park. Now he's going to a hitter's park. Mad Bum crushing bombs. Just saying, it could happen. That'd be awesome. But let's look at the stats too. I mean, you can't ignore this guy's got 11 years of Major League service with a career ERA of 3.13 in 289 games. That's pretty good. And, you know, yes, you can look at the splits and yeah, he's declining and that kind of thing, but let's be real. We haven't had a lot of pitchers of his caliber, all-star caliber pitchers in our organization. At this time, the last all-star starting pitcher that played for the Brewers is slipping me. Throw it down in the comments to refresh my memory. I'll probably Google it after the video is done being recorded. But his 162 game average is 14-11. That's still pretty good. We haven't had very many consistent starting pitchers in a very long time. Win-loss percentage is 5.64, just a shade above 500. But that's the 162 game average. So 3.13 ERA I am going to emphasize because we haven't had starters with that good of ERAs. Yes, we've had some that have brushed it for a season or two, but this is career long. This is 11 seasons. That's a long time. Plus, I believe a veteran plugged in with the Freddie Peraltas, the Corbin Burns is going to make a huge difference to our organization, our team, our growth as players. That being said, we're moving on. I'm signing, in my fantasy world anyways, we're signing another starting pitcher in Dallas Keuchel. I say we throw out 4 years, 85 to 95 million. Again, keeping yourself in that 22 million to 24 million price range per year. I think that's still affordable for the Brewers. I'm sure I can get debated on that and people will have stuff to say about all of these acquisitions I have. If you do, leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear your 5 or 6 moves that you think the Brewers should make and how affordable they will be. Signing anybody is going to be expensive at this point in time. With that being said, Dallas Keuchel is 31 years old. He has pitched in the National League, so that's a plus. He had a short stint because of his holdout last year with Atlanta. Kind of a down year for him, but that's to be expected when he held out. He didn't get time. I'm saying we sign these guys now, we get them in the organization, and we get them around our team, get them playing together, cohesivity. Dallas Keuchel also has a Cy Young Award. He's a 2-time All-Star. He was in the 2017 World Series. Of course, he's a Boris client, so we all know what that means. Not gonna come cheap. Dallas Keuchel's 162 game average is stat from Baseball Reference, in case you're curious where I'm getting 162 game average from. That's a Baseball Reference stat. I can link all of that below. He is 14-12. He is 5.42, or I'm sorry, 0.542 win-loss percentage. Just a shade over 500 again. Similar to Mad Bum. He has a 3.67 ERA career, but he's also got 8 years big league service, World Series in there. The guy pitches well. Again, 31, so he's not that old. I think at the 31, 30 age, that's where we want to sign guys. I don't think we want to get these guys that are on the end of their time. Older pitchers aren't what we're looking for. We need to build longevity, and we need to win now. And again, wrapping guys like this up for longer term is going to benefit our team in the long run. Just think jersey sales, once this team gets hot, plays in a few World Series, it could happen, guys.
Always believing. I'm always believing in our team and in our squad. So my next move, guys, would be to sign Sam Dyson. Sam Dyson's a little bit of a journeyman. He's played all over the majors. He is going to be 31 again, that prime age where I am kind of targeting all of these acquisitions is in the low 30s. I don't really like the thought of signing people over that. If you watch Brian Kenny at all, you'll understand the same concept. Position players, yeah, you can get those guys a lot younger. You can mold them, you can change them. Pitchers, you want to get them right in that sweet spot of 30 to 32. I think that makes for a good time left on the contract. They're coming into their prime, their best years. So being 31, I think that's somebody we could wrap up. He'd be a good bullpen arm, especially combination with Hader, who isn't going anywhere. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Hader isn't going anywhere. Now, Sam Dyson has been all over. So he has pitched Toronto, Texas, San Fran. I mean, he's been around the league. Minnesota, 8 years big league experience, 162 game average, which is a little off for a reliever, but 4-4, just over 500 win percentage. His 3.4 ERA, which now we're looking at a reliever, not a starter, so 3.4 ERA is pretty darn good. Just to compare, I think you add the guys that we've had in the past in the bullpen and some of the veteran talent, the Trevor Hoffmans, that kind of thing. This is the caliber where you want that guy with a big name, the guy that's has been around in the experience. Fernando Rodney would come to mind. Unfortunately, he's already been signed, so I chose Sam Dyson. That's my pick there. That's all I really got to say about that. I think we need to add one relief arm that's experienced, not a no-name, or, what we tend to pick up for relievers, guys that are kind of lower end. You're going to pay them a little more, but I think the benefit speaks for itself there. And then I did not forget that we need more starting pitchers. And I hesitate to say this move because I know what happened when we signed guys like Suppan and Garza and other guys that have been with clubs. Yeah. I'm going to say it. I think the Brewers should sign Michael Wacha. The reason I think the Brewers should sign Michael Wacha is he is an experienced NL pitcher, same division. Again, he fits in that group. He's 28 years old. You can sign him for multiple years, and he's pitched pretty well. He's pitched very well at Miller Park. Just another arm. So right now I'm looking at a rotation filled with Brandon Woodruff, Madison Bumgarner, Dallas Keuchel, Michael Wacha, and then we still have the Brent Suter, the Eric Lauer. We've still got Freddie Peralta and Corbin Burns. Now, the way I'm looking at this, you shift those starter guys that we have right now lined up, and we put them in the bullpen. Long relief. Starter-esque long relief, the way we've done it. Well, now for quite some time. So, I think that would be another great move. He is 59-39. In his career, he has an average 162 of 13-8, so a lot better. A 600 winning percentage. His ERA is 3.91, so it's a little on the high side, but again, National League, he's played a lot of games at Miller Park. I think he would do well there for a career. 3 to 4 years, 2 to 3 years. If we could sign him on a 1 year, just try him out, great. Any guy that we could get on 1 year, I think, is a great testament. Of course, they leave, we get sad, but all right, the final piece to this, I've covered third base, I've covered the rotation. Final piece, Mitch Moreland. I say we sign Mitch Moreland. Reason being, again, I'm looking at the age. If you look at the average age of the available first baseman out there, yeah, we could get Thames back. I get it. But I feel that he's going to go off elsewhere, and it's just not going to work. 34 years old. The average age is like 35, 37, 38, somewhere in there. I looked at him. I didn't see anybody that really appealed to me there. He's a Boston Red Sox. He's been an All-Star once. He's a Gold Glover. 2018 World Series champion. Pretty good resume. You notice a common theme with my resumes. They all have some experience, some Gold Gloves, Silver Slugger, whatever it may be. Reason being is I believe those guys have good experience levels, awards, World Series. That's what this team needs. We've already got 2 MVPs, Gold Glove winner, Lorenzo Cain. I'm just going to point that out again. Lorenzo Cain, Gold Glove winner. I think that if you get a bunch of these talented guys together, magic happens. Not like years past. I'm talking real magic, World Series championship to Milwaukee. That's what I'm talking about. Mitch Moreland is a career 251 hitter. He's got an on base of 319, slugging of 444. He doesn't have a ton of home runs, but that's okay. 166. Again, Miller Park is a hitter-friendly park, so maybe that helps those numbers. I don't know. I think that really would be a final piece. I don't think he's going to be super expensive. So as reviewing what I am painting, the picture I'm painting again, these are just my ideas. Shoot me, yell at me in the comments. I don't care, but this is just what I've come up with. So Madison, Bumgarner, Brandon Woodruff, Dallas Keuchel, Michael Wacha. Then you put Brent Suter or Corbin Burns or Freddie Peralta in there somewhere. You got your relief pitchers. You got Sam Dyson along with Corey Knebel, along with Josh Hader, and then your starter long relievers, Alex Claudio. So then our first base would be Mitch Moreland, Keston Herr at second. Shortstop is either going to be Urias or Arcia. Third base would be Kris Bryant. You got your catcher at Manny Pena and Navarez. Yelich, Braun, Kane in the outfield. You got Gamble on the bench. Potentially Keon. We'll see where that goes. I don't know. That's what I'm proposing, guys. This is where I'm coming from. I think that's a solid team. I think that'll put butts in seats, sell jerseys, make money. Will it happen? Probably not. But it was fun to propose this idea and come up with it. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. It's at Miller Minute and Miller Park Minute on everything else. So, thanks for watching, guys. You have a great day.
Do it one more time. Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute.